In recent years, the topic of cross-border collaboration to combat drug cartels has been a frequent subject in both American and Mexican public discourse. On Sunday, former President Donald Trump confirmed that, during his time in office, he directly broached a controversial idea, asking Mexico to permit U.S. military forces to enter Mexican territory to fight the drug cartels. This proposal was made in conversation with Mexico's newly elected president, Claudia Sheinbaum, marking a significant moment in the ongoing struggle against organized crime in the region. When considering this development, it is crucial to understand the complex relationship between the United States and Mexico regarding cartel violence. For decades, powerful drug trafficking organizations have operated across the border, supplying vast quantities of illicit drugs into the United States and fueling both violence domestically and instability in Mexico. Addressing this crisis has required intense collaboration between law enforcement agencies of both countries, but suggestions of military involvement, particularly from foreign troops, have always been highly sensitive. According to Trump's confirmation, his approach was blunt and direct. He raised the idea with President Sheinbaum, seeking an agreement that would allow the U.S. military to take direct action on Mexican soil. The rationale from Trump's perspective was clear. The cartels continue to grow in sophistication and lethality, and they present a danger not just to Mexico, but to the United States through the flow of drugs like fentanyl, methamphetamine, and heroin. From the standpoint of policy and sovereignty, however, such a proposal treads on extremely delicate ground. Mexico has a long and storied history of resisting foreign intervention, particularly from the United States, owing to a past marked by conflict and occupation. The idea of U.S. soldiers operating within Mexico remains deeply unpopular among the Mexican public, and successive governments have maintained a firm stance against allowing any foreign troops, regardless of the circumstances. President Claudia Sheinbaum reportedly rejected Trump's suggestion outright. Her response echoes the sentiments of her predecessors, who have similarly declined calls for U.S. military intervention. Sheinbaum herself has championed Mexican sovereignty and a domestic approach to combating organized crime, emphasizing the need for homegrown solutions and cooperation rather than outright reliance on foreign military support. Trump's confirmation of this proposal has reignited debate on both sides of the border about the most effective ways to tackle cartel violence. Some experts in the U.S. advocate for more aggressive action, arguing that the scale of cartel operations now resembles that of transnational terrorist organizations, and that traditional law enforcement measures may no longer suffice. Yet, many in Mexico see external military involvement as untenable, potentially disastrous for bilateral relations, and dangerous for civilians caught in the crossfire. This complex issue highlights the persistent security challenges facing both nations. The cartel's influence is pervasive, impacting everything from regional economies to the safety of families in both Mexico and the United States. Each side seeks solutions, but national priorities and political realities diverge sharply when it comes to boots on the ground. The United States, driven by concerns over the drug epidemic and border security, continually seeks stronger measures. Mexico, focused on national dignity and long-term stability, walks a careful line between partnership and independence. Ultimately, President Trump's request and Sheinbaum's rejection underscore the deep challenges facing cross-border cooperation in the fight against organized crime. They also serve as a reminder that, in the realm of international relations, even allies can see the world and the solutions to its problems very differently. As the fight against the cartels continues, both countries will need to balance ambition, practicality, and mutual respect, working together within the bounds of each nation's sovereignty and public trust.